practice what I preach. I want to be the change that I want to see in the world. But I kind of want people to see that too. I want to inspire people. I want to motivate people to be the best versions of themselves, for society to be better as a whole. I never really fit into this society, and I thought there was something wrong with me. My psychologist said to me one day, I understand why it's hard for you, because there's just not a place for someone like you in this world. And I turned to her and I said, I know. So I'm going to make one. I'm going to make a place for me in this world, because I'm brave enough to do it. I'm going to stand up for people like me, because I know that there are so many more of us out there. And if I have to be the sacrifice, if I have to be the one that has to put myself out there and say, hey, I'm here, I'm different, and that's okay, I hope that other people can, follow in those footsteps, that I can pave the way for people like us out there in the world. If you can relate to me and you feel isolated from society, if you feel like an outcast, well, guess what? We're going to change that. We are going to change that as a whole. And if that is something that I have to live and breathe, if that's a cause I want to dedicate my life to. And I think all of us, if we can influence people in some way, and whether it be a small way or whether you have a particular talent for it, whether you have a platform for it, I think we really need to look at the things that we say and what we put out into the world and the way we treat people, because that influences society as a whole. That has this incredible butterfly effect. Now, I'm not saying that everything I say, it's true. It's my truth, though. It might not be the truth. There is no ultimate truth. But everything that I say is my honest opinion, is the facts of the world and the way that I have experienced my world. I take ownership for all of that. And I think if you can relate to it in some way, that's great. And I hope that you feel less alone, because there's nothing that makes me happier than the thought that someone out there, I can't take away your pain. I can't, fix you. But if I can make you feel less alone, less of an outcast than I did for so many years, then that's what fulfills me as a person. That's what touches my heart. That's what makes me happy. And every single time one of you tells me that I have done that, I am so grateful for that, for allowing me to feel good in that way, to feel like a productive member of society, to feel like I'm doing the right thing, that I'm making the right choices. And if that's helping other people, then I'm so grateful. So grateful for that. Taking medication for your mental illness doesn't mean that I am wrong for my decision to treat my mental illness in a certain way. It's not because I don't take medication for my mental illness because I'm naive, because I believe in this, pharmaceutical conspiracy theory. No, I do it because without it, I wouldn't be here today, because it's part of a really in-depth recovery program that I have. It's something that I have experimented with myself, and I have made a very informed decision that is what's right for me. I'm not promoting that for everyone, but anyone who has chosen to go down that path, I support you. I would support anyone, no matter what path it is they've decided to take in their recovery. And I think we all should reciprocate that same courtesy, because you don't know someone's individual struggles with mental illness. Mental illness, talking about it as a whole, it can be really dangerous. I often talk about what aspect of my illness is bipolar, what is borderline, what is depression, what is anxiety, because I have a lot of different causes. Things like bipolar and schizophrenia are actually a malfunctioning of the brain. And I guess, psychiatric medication will alter your brain functioning, but for some people with those diseases, their brain functioning needs altering because it was altered to begin with. It was broken. There was something wrong with it. And that is, I guess, a lifelong biological, problem that they're going to have to face. And anyone who can deal with their illness without medication, I think that's great. But maybe you have a different type of illness. Maybe your cause of your illness is a completely different cause. And, that's fine. That's what you do. But remember, that even if you don't think you have the ability to create change, you know, everyone can. We can all create change on a daily basis, no matter how small it may be. If there are enough people out there doing small things, eventually we can make change as a whole. And my dream is that the people that frown upon mental illness, the non-believers, will become the minority. So much so that the people who believe in mental illness, the people that are out there, the people that are suffering, the people that are helping those with the mental illness will outnumber those people that stigmatize it in such a way, so that then it will be uncool not to believe in mental illness. You know, it's the status quo. If the status quo becomes that mental illness is so widely accepted that it's normal to have these problems, and it's normal to talk about mental illness. That's my dream. And if I can help that come true, then I think that's amazing. But all of you can too. All of you have the power, whether you're making small changes in your life, whether you talk to one person in your lifetime about mental illness, or whether you talk to multiple people a day like I do. You have the ability to change lives. You have the ability to start those important conversations about mental health. And trust me, any conversation about mental health has the potential to be life-changing.